Hello, welcome back to Twins Reviews. Today we're reviewing the Beats Studio Buds. Let's jump into it.
And here they are, the Beats Studio Buds. Pretty compact case here. They come with some informational little squares there. The USB-C to USB-C charging cable, which is very short, as well as some interchangeable ear tips, the small and the large size. The mediums are on the earbuds right in the case. So then you get that information with the Beats sticker and the case itself. There are the earbuds and they have the medium-sized ear tips. Unfortunately, nowhere to store those extra ear tips, so I'm not a big fan of that. But other than that, not too bad.
So before we jump into the actual review, I'd just like to say if you've been enjoying any of our stuff that we've been putting out, any of the videos, any content, please make sure to like the video and subscribe down below. You can also visit our Instagram and our website in there as well in the description. So thank you very much, and let's move on to the review. So before anything else, I would just like to say that we did purchase these with our own money. So that's $150. If you don't know, you can get them down below as well. There's an Amazon link, and if you do use that helps us out a little bit, so thank you.
Yeah, so we got these on a release day, which was the 25th of June, and we got to use them for a little bit, and we're gonna go ahead and first talk about the features of these Studio Buds, then we're gonna talk about the quality of those features, and then we're going to say our opinions if you should be getting these for $150 or maybe wait a little bit or just pass on them completely. So firstly, let's talk about the features of the Studio Earbuds. Probably the first and most important is the active noise cancellation, which is one of 3 modes on these earbuds besides the normal mode, which is nothing, and as well as transparency mode, which you can all fiddle with in the Beats app that you can see right now on the screen. It's just there like a settings app for the headphones, so nothing too crazy, but you can switch modes around and you can switch some clicks on the earbuds. So the way they actually work is the clicking portion is not actually touch, which I personally love. They are actually just a button, so you have to click and it doesn't really make a sound, but well, it kind of does.
Yeah, there's a little sound there.
And I actually love that because on the earbuds that you have touch, whenever you try to put them in your ear, you always like touch them and it unpauses or something. But with these, that I haven't had that happen at all to me. And there's the controls on these is just 1 to pause, 2 to skip to the next track or go back, and then hold to switch the modes from transparency to normal and to active noise cancellation. One thing that it doesn't have, which I was really disappointed with, is the volume control. There's no way that you can control volume on these Beats Studio Buds, which is not ideal.
Yeah, so the controls on these are kind of similar to the Samsung Buds that we did. We did a review on the Samsung Buds and the Samsung Buds Pro, I believe. You could check out those videos as well. We'll link them, and they're kind of similar. So I did notice that they don't fall out of your ears as much, at least these, and that's good. But I will say for the active noise cancellation, it could be a bit better. I don't really see the difference between the different modes. I guess there's a little bit of a difference, but I don't think people are gonna be, super into the modes if you're buying these.
Yeah, with the active noise cancellation, I got to test it with music and without music. With music, the active noise cancellation actually is pretty good, but so is the regular mode. Like if you have the active noise cancellation on and the normal mode with music, you can't really hear a lot of things, but when you just have the mode in, it kind of suppresses the noise, but the AirPods Pro completely beat these out. Obviously, the price is much bigger, so the active noise cancellation kind of is mid. If we're ranking it on like a scale, it's kind of mid, not too great, but also not too bad, and transparency mode is decent.
Yeah, and talking about that, I would just like to say that the battery life is also different based on how you use them. So if you're using them without active noise cancellation, it'll last you about 8 hours. I think that's pretty good for earbuds. It's not the greatest, but it's not terrible. And if you are using it with active noise cancellation, then it's only 5 hours. So your battery life is very, very much reduced because of the active noise cancellation. Now, the case itself does charge, and you can charge the case, and we'll talk about the case in a little bit here, but if you do use it, it's 15 hours, so that's great. So if you're on an airplane or something, then that'll fit you nicely. However, I will say that 5 hours is probably short since you're not gonna always be charging these. Some people forget to charge them, or you don't leave them plugged in overnight.
Yeah, and I actually got to test this a little bit because I actually forgot to charge them once overnight. And I actually ran the whole case down without charging them for one night. The whole case was out of battery. The earbuds had about 60% on them without charging them for one day, and I had them on for a decent amount of time, but if you don't charge them for even 2 days, you're gonna be running real short. So the battery life also kind of mid, not super great, but also not too poor.
Yeah, and the case itself, as we mentioned, it is pretty standard. It's a bit bigger than the Samsung Buds case. However, the magic of the case is actually in what it holds. So the earbud itself goes in here. As you can see, it kind of snaps into there. There's a magnet. It's very nice, and it's not gonna fall out, unlike the Samsung Buds, which will fall out if you turn it over like this and you start shaking it. So this one's very nice. I really like how it snaps in. This is probably my favorite thing about the Buds, honestly. And the case itself will fit in your pocket, so very, very well made.
Yeah, the magnets, I have to say, are probably one of the best I've seen on these kind of headphones. Definitely ain't nothing falling out of this, as well as the cap as well. It shuts very nicely. But one thing the case is missing is wireless charging. It doesn't have that. And also the USB-C to USB-C port that the charging cable that you get is very short. Yeah. And also, how are you supposed to actually charge it? Because nothing in my house has a USB-C plug besides this and my phone. Yes. So I actually can't charge it with that cable. I have to use my phone charger to charge this because the USB-C, I don't have anywhere to plug in. I don't know if anyone else has that problem. Do leave that in the comments below. Maybe I'm just outdated, but not the greatest there. Also, the other thing that is contained within these earbuds package is the ear tips. The small, the medium, and the large. I actually changed these to small because the mediums were hurting my ears a little bit. So the smalls fit me perfectly, but that is pretty cool, but you don't actually get a case to carry those extra ear tips, which is a little bit subpar, not ideal. Hey everyone, me from the future here. I just wanted to quickly say that the correct way to wear these Beats Studio Buds is to have the logo be facing the regular way down. So you just want it to spell out the B, and then the fit is perfect. It's great. There's no complaints. My ears have not been hurting, so just wanted to mention that. Make sure you are wearing them the correct way, and then you'll have no fitting issues, or at least I didn't have any for myself. And also, let's talk about the actual compatibility of these Beats, because Beats, as many of you know, is owned by Apple, but these actually cater much more to Android users like myself. So if you're an Android user, you should be considering them, but if you're an Apple user, just sack it off. Just sack it off. The AirPods are probably a better choice for you.
Honestly, yeah, the AirPods are definitely better for Apple users, and there's also a case to be made that they're better for Android users and other type of buds like the Samsung Buds.
Another thing that we need to talk about is the pairing. Now the pairing, and it kind of fits in with the compatibility with Android, is fantastic. Absolutely, they've nailed the pairing. There's one pairing process that kind of pairs to your phone with your Google address. This for Android users, with your Google email address. So it kind of does that pairing. And every time I take them out of the case and take them out like this, they pair directly to my phone. I don't have to click any power buttons. I don't have to go into my Bluetooth settings. As long as my Bluetooth is on my phone, they'll pair straight away. And you can also see some charging displays right here.
The actual quality of the sound is very good. I mean, you're gonna get that from Beats. So, but you know, you can't really tell that much when you get to such a level of where every headphone has good quality. So you're not gonna be able to tell unless you have a very sharp ear or you just use something terrible. So taking all this into consideration, should you buy these for $150?
I would personally maybe wait a little bit. I think these are great, and I am going to be keeping them. Obviously, they're a fantastic pair of earbuds. But let's just put it this way: if you don't have a pair of true wireless earbuds like these, then maybe upgrading to $150 might be a good idea. If you have ones that are already true wireless earbuds, then it might not be such a great idea because they're great, but they're not really anything super cool that they can offer for $150. But maybe if they drop to 120 or 110, then I would say this is a pretty good steal. But if you're just getting introduced into true wireless earbuds like myself, I used to have the ones with the wire, this $150 might be a good shout. Now on the topic of sound, I seen a lot of articles say, oh yeah, there's this great bass and then the mids are a little bit faded, but you can't really tell. It's just high quality sound, as he said. When earbuds, and they have gotten to this point where a lot of those earbuds from big companies are really good, you will not be able to tell. These are produce really good sound, so no complaints there. Other than that, I mean,
yeah,
make your evaluations. But
yeah, as we said, I'd probably do your own research a little bit more, dive into them, read some other reviews online, what people have to say. If you want to spend $150 on these, go ahead. If you've got that budget and you don't really care, then they'll be good. But if you want something more affordable, I suggest you check out the Samsung Buds. Anyways, that's gonna do it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. And if you do want to purchase these, as I said in the beginning, you can check them out in the description down below. Make sure to follow us and subscribe, and also check out our Twitch channel, which we stream sometimes on, and maybe we'll do that more frequently soon enough. Anyways, this has been it. See ya.
Goodbye.